Mtazamaji wa Mwananchi Digital, kama kawaida leo tumepata bahati ya kukutana na Mahalatse Makudubela. Wengi mnamfahamu kwa jina la Skudu. Ni mchezaji wa zamani wa Yanga Afrika. Akalipotoka Yanga Afrika akaenda AC Vita na baadaye akatua Wiliete ya Angola. Skudu amerudi nchini, lakini mara hii sio akiwa na Yanga, hapana. Amekutana na Yanga kama mpinzani akiwa na ile klabu ya Wiliete. Tutapata kujua mawili matatu tangu alipokuwa Yanga na safari yake ya kuondoka, na sasa anarudi tena akiwa na timu nyingine kabisa ya Angola. Skudu.
Na haki. My brother.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
How things?
Hi, good to see you again. Long time.
Well dancer.
No, it's great to be back. It's great to be here and great to see you guys.
Long time, eh?
Yeah, it's been a while since I left Tanzania, you know. It's been a while.
It's almost 1 year.
Yeah, a year passes by so fast. It feels like yesterday. Yeah.
Tell me something, Skudu. After 1 year with Yanga, then you decided to go. The club say goodbye to you. It was easy for you to leave Tanzania?
Honestly speaking, it was not easy. It was not easy, you know. But, you know, certain factors had to be taken and certain measures had to be taken, you know, considering my family and everything. You know, it's football. Players come, players go. But one thing for sure, Yanga and Tanzania will always be close to my heart.
It was a disappointment moment because as first South African player to play in Tanzania, then you play only 1 season.
It was a great honor to represent my country first in Tanzania, you know, having been the first player from South Africa to play in Tanzania. And after that, we've seen coaches coming from South Africa. Now there's Maema, there's Rushine, you know, more players. So for me, I take it as a light that God used me to open the path for others to come, you know, just to give that sense of saying, hey, listen, there is life and you can actually progress outside South Africa. Yeah.
How was the life by that time?
Well, look, first of all, Tanzania as a whole welcomed me so well. I felt like home. That's why I say they will always have a special place in my heart. Tanzania is like my second home. You know, whenever I feel I need to go and breathe, the first place that comes to my mind is Tanzania. So they welcomed me so well, and they made my stay very, very peaceful. I enjoyed my stay and my time at Yanga.
You came as a very promising player that people expect a lot from you, a very skillful player. But sometimes it was tough for you to get more time, game time playing. What cause of you having that time?
Well, if you can remember, when I came and we were playing the Community Shield Cup, it was the first game against Azam in Tanga. That's why I sustained an injury that set me back for like almost 3 months. And then coming back, you know, the team was doing well. You know, you get 3 months out and then you come back, the team is on a roll, you know, the team is doing well. It's not easy for the coach to he had to slowly introduce me. By the time the games are coming thick and fast, you know, Yanga with a tight schedule. And not taking anything away from the coach, you know, Miguel Gamondi had his style of play, which didn't basically suit my type of play. I'm an out and out winger playing left and right wing, and Miguel Gamondi plays with a narrow dimension, you know. So, but I had a fruitful time with Miguel Gamondi. I learned a lot. We had a very good relationship. You know, sometimes in football, these things do happen, and you learn, you take them as a player, you grow, and we move forward.
It was not about toughness or strongness, people what they say?
No, not at all. it was a matter of injury, and then coming back from the injury, like I said, the dimension of the team, the way the team was playing. And you don't tamper with a winning team. Yanga was winning every game, so it was quite difficult. Not to mention, I wasn't the only one who was sort of hindered in the system of the coach. There were players, there was the thing of player rotation that was going on, like Dennis Nkane, out and out wingers. We didn't really feature much into the system of Coach Miguel Gamondi.
Approaching to decide that you'll be out from Yanga, how was the meeting? Was easy for you? It was just a call or just a meeting, a round table discussion?
Well, look, together with my representatives, obviously, I knew a little bit way in time before I left, to say, okay, fine. I had a sit down with the coach also, to discuss the future. So it was something that was at the back of my mind, to prepare myself also to say, okay, fine. I also need to look for other options and move forward. I had a choice of coming back I think I was contacted by Singida and Coastal Union. But I made the decision that I needed to go back to South Africa and wrap my head around everything and see the options that are there.
Why you cancel those offers?
At that time, there was certain measures and other factors that needed to be looked into. One was my family. Two, I still had moments where I could have stayed in Tanzania. Like I said, I love Tanzania. But, I looked at the opportunities of CAF, where the club is the club competing for the championship and stuff like that. You see, you have to weigh in those options. And mind you, it was the time Coach Fadlu was coming to Simba. We had talks with Simba, we had talks with Azam also. So, if you can remember, I met the CEO of Azam in Johannesburg. So we had a sit down, we spoke, but like I said, certain measures and certain factors had to come into account to look at those other options.
Okay, it was tough inside of the pitch for you to get time, but outside of the pitch, how was the life? You were enjoying life? What type of life have you been?
Sana, like I said, from the first day I set foot in Tanzania, people welcomed me so well. The love that I still get till today. I left, I went to go play for other teams, but Tanzanian is, I don't know what to say. They are very, very, very special to me. I feel home whenever I'm here. Like I told you, Tanzania is my second home.
The family was happy because you were, when the time you was here, your wife, she was here too. That kid.
Yes, yeah. I had my family over. It was something that was in the contract from when we started speaking to say I want to bring my family with. So overall, I couldn't falter anything. I was happy, and I don't regret anything. The move that I made, I know it was God leading me. So yeah, no regrets. I'm happy, and I'm happy to be back here again.
Okay, after Yanga, we saw Skudu surprised at DRC Congo with AC Vita. Tell me the decision to go to Congo.
The decision to go to Congo, I was contacted, like I told you, I was talking to Azam. Coach Yusuf Dapo. He moved from Azam, he went to Vita. So he was the one that wanted me. So we spoke, and then he told me the conditions at Vita and everything. Obviously, Vita was then competing in the, African competitions. Vita is a big club also, And the decision came because, Coach Yusuf Dapo, and Coach Bruno Ferro, whom I regard very, very highly, they contacted me, and then I couldn't say no to to such people because their project, when I looked at the project, it really suits me, and I was sold to it.
What's make you to have a very short time playing in ACV?
As Vita, I signed a contract for 6 months because I joined them in mid-season, January. It was a contract of 6 months, and then to see further how the season goes, if I need to extend my stay or not. Yeah, it was a 6 months.
After finish 6 months, you then get back home again, or you go to Iliete?
Yeah, after 6 months, I went back to South Africa. Well, when I was at Vita, we later spotted me. They started communicating with me. We started talking when I was still at Vita, and until my contract ended, and then I signed with Willete, considering the fact that they are playing in the CAF Champions League. But then I didn't know I will draw Yanga. But yeah, I saw that they are also competing for championship. They came second to Pedro de Luanda. And also, them coming to compete in the Champions League was a boost for me to come and join them and come and bring my experience to come and help them.
Surprised you meet with Bruno Ferreira again.
Oh, yes. Yes, a very, very, very highly tactical coach. I worked with him at AS Vita Club, and him coming to Williet again, it was a very good move for him, I think. And you can see the team is, once we get to adjust to his philosophy, everything will be fine-tuned. You saw in today's game.
So you were the first going to Iliete before Bruno? Am I wrong?
I was first, and then he came. He joined the club when we were in Portugal for pre-season.
Congo life, how was it? Was tough, or if it's tough, where? If it's good, how?
Congo it's very tough, eh? It's very tough, of all the countries that I've been to, that I've traveled to around in and around Africa. Congo appears to be one of the toughest countries, eh? Not only infrastructurally, but also in terms of the social life. You see people that are really, really, really challenged, socially challenged, The infrastructure there is poor, is bad. And the economy also, is very challenged. And to my surprise, Congo, they have one of the best minerals in Africa. But, their economy and everything is not doing so well. Also, the war making it very worse. So everything is challenged. I came at that time where the war just happened. So we took like 3 months before the league could kickstart. You can imagine, a player training for 3 months, not knowing when the league is going to kick off. But in saying that, such things, they teach you as a player, as a person, to grow and become a better person and be strong, Yeah.
You never attacked with people?
No, we were very safe where we were in Kinshasa. Things were happening in another town, very far from Kinshasa, very far from us, but yeah.
After 6 months, they say, no, we can't extend, or we say, no, it's enough, guys, let me go.
It was my decision. It was my decision to say I cannot stay any longer with them because of various reasons, Yeah.
That was left before you to go. How was easy for you to accept that? Because the one who take you to Congo, he's leaving before you.
Yeah, well, look, it's always a challenge, but I was happy for him because it wasn't a step back. It was for him, for his growth as a coach. He went to go and coach the national team of Libya. And I was still left with Coach Bruno Ferry and Coach Ibrahim. Both worked at Azam. Both were working under the same philosophy, which modeled my style. So it wasn't that much of a challenge. Only in the last month of my contract, I felt like, things are, because they then later left, Yeah.
You met with Ismail Mgunda and Muzaka, who was your colleague at Tanzania Premier League, but Ismail left here within 3 months. What was the difficult for him?
Like I told you, it's not easy in Congo. He was going through something. He felt like he wasn't in a good space, working in an environment where salaries are late, those type of things. But he felt like, okay, listen, I'm new to this, and these challenges don't conform to my patterns in life. I have a family and everything. So he felt like he wasn't in a good space, and yeah, he thought it's better for him to come back to Tanzania.
Now Wiliete, finally Wiliete, and this is the first touch for them for Champions League, maybe even CAF competition in Africa. How was the preparation, focusing on Yanga, because it was a surprise you are going to meet with your former team?
Like I said, as soon as I said, then I saw the draw. Young Africans, my God. You can imagine, bittersweet, coming back to Tanzania and playing against Tanzania. I was hoping to come back to Tanzania as maybe a spectator, speak to the president, Engineer Henderson, invite me to the Kariakoo Derby, invite me to Mwananchi Day, come and greet the supporters, we have a great day. Not to play against Yanga, you understand, but this is football. In football, it happens that a player leaves the club and then later he comes and plays against them, One journalist asked me, if you score, what then? Are you going to celebrate or are you going to be... I said, listen, this is football. I score and then I apologize. If I have to score 3 goals, I will score 3 and I apologize 3 times. But yeah, I always knew it was going to be a difficult because we are rookies. A new team in the Champions League, we don't know what to expect. 98% of the team has never played in the CAF competitions. So, you understand that. But I think in the second leg, there's a huge difference in the first leg and the second leg. So we came up and we put up a great show.
So you became a first teacher for them to tell them the history of Yanga.
I didn't. The history of the club speaks for itself. You go on the internet, you go on social media, so you can see that this is a big club, They know, because players know each other, they know that...
Tell me exactly. No, you're shocked.
No, I was actually the first one to type on the group and send them that we are playing Yanga.
Then what the reaction was?
The reaction was just like they were happy to be like, oh, okay, fine, Yanga. It's a great sport to showcase our talent. But I always knew in the back of my mind that we just don't need to participate. We need to compete, So Yanga wasn't going to be a walk in the park, And yeah, shock of our life. In the first leg, we get 3-0. It was going to be very difficult for us to come back in the second leg. But yeah, I think had we taken our chances in the first half, the game complexion could have changed. Yeah.
This game, yes, today game, you're trying to make something. You start the first, you play like 60 to 65 minutes, and you show some qualities, and but team also playing good, try to fix Yanga, but later the energy was over.
Experience, you cannot buy it. Yanga knows. They can have a tough match, They can have a tough match. I remember when I was here also. We can have a very tough match. But that break, the experience. Pakome, we try to contain him. But that one. That's when now you cannot buy such things. It's an experience, I think we put up a great show, but yeah, I think it's just that lack of experience. I try to give my best, for the club, for my teammates, but you play against people that know you, and you don't want to prove points, but you want to give your all and try and make a difference. Also for the club, for Williot. But yeah, it wasn't to be. We couldn't get maximum points, unfortunately.
First leg, You lost 3-0. Second leg. First leg, you lost 3-0. Second leg, you lost 2-0. Tell me the quality that Yanga they have now.
Well, I think they made good signings. I think they made good signings. Doumbia, Andabulwe, they made very good signings. I think they made very good signings. Is it Chikola? Yeah. They made very good signings, and they have a very good coach in Romain Folz. I worked with him in South Africa. I know him very well. We are very close with Coach Romain Folz. I know his philosophies. I know him as a person, to be a tactical, very, very, very highly, focused coach. So I think they made good signings, a lot of good signings in a short time, It's more like a new team. For them to gel and put up a good team performance, it will take some time, but you can see the glimpse of if this team gets along very well, they will be unstoppable. I think, they haven't reached that peak yet, but as soon as they hit the peak, they will be unstoppable in the CAF Champions League and the League NBC.
Something from fans of Yanga, maybe they don't understand the quality of the football that Folz bring into Yanga. They're complaining maybe this coach is not the right one.
No,